Just a quick tutorial. As you know, I've been doing timelines of political parties on the channel these days, and I noticed that a lot of people on the subreddit have been trying to figure out how I make those charts and do charts for other countries, which I think is cool. So I thought I'd show you really quickly how I do these two lines. I'm working in Adobe Illustrator. You should be able to do something similar in LibreOffice. The steps will be slightly different, but let me just show you kind of the theory, the basics behind it, and probably you can figure out in LibreOffice as well. Okay, so here we have two lines, a red one and a blue one, representing two parties in which the blue one overtakes the red one. So how I do these lines, actually, there might be an easier way to do this. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. All of these pieces are independent pieces. Okay, so I've got rectangles, and then I have a quarter of a donut here, and then I just put them together like this to make the line. I like to do a lot of things in Illustrator in pieces. It just gives you more control. There are ways for you to make lines, you know, curve in that, and then when you stretch them, all kinds of weird things happen. So I often just like to do each element independently, and then you have a lot more control. So let me show you how I did this. So first of all, let us pretend that we just have two lines, two political parties going like this. So how do we twist them? All right, the first thing you want to do is make a big circle. So I'm going to go up here to the circle tool, and I'm going to make a big circle. I'm going to hold down the shift button so that it stays as a circle and doesn't become an oval. And I'm going to make it just big enough so that the top is here and the bottom is here. The size is important so that you can make sure this, basically we're going to create a donut, which is kind of like a circle with a hole in it. And we want to make sure it matches. If this is kind of the space we want between these two bars, we want it to match. If that doesn't make sense, you'll see in a second. So let me change it to a different color so you can see. All right, so I've created a circle, same size from the top to the bottom of these two bars. Okay, so now I can actually move it over here. Then I want to make another circle, this time a smaller circle. Again, I'm holding shift, so it's a perfect circle. Let's make this one green, and it's the perfect size to fit from the bottom of this line to the top of this one. So now we put them together, and to make sure they're lining up properly, I can hold shift, select both, or just use my mouse and go like that. Select both of these circles. Now this is important. You want the little circle to be behind the big circle, okay? And the tool, one of the tools that I think is underrated in Illustrator, but it's a tool I use a lot, is called the minus back tool. And you'll find it here in the Pathfinder section. I'm sure you can use the menus as well, or maybe there's a shortcut key. I'm not sure what it is. I always just use the icon in the menu. So this is the Pathfinder tool. And then there's this one here. There's all kinds of tools here, join or unite, I guess it's called, divide, all kinds of stuff. I'm using the one that's minus back. So I've got both these selected, and I hit minus back. Oh, wait, I forgot a step. I need to put the little circle behind the big circle. Sorry, I think I forgot that step. So let me right click on that, arrange, send to back. So now we can't see the green circle because it's behind the yellow circle, okay? But I'm going to select both of them and then do minus back, okay? Boom. Basically what it did was it cut a hole the size of that back circle, which was the green one, and now I have a donut, okay? So as you can see, if I put the donut back over the lines, you can see that basically the width of this donut, no matter where you look at it, it's the same as the width of this line. Okay. Now the next step is simply to cut this circle into 4, I believe you can use this doing the scissor tool, but if we want to just use this minus back tool again, we can do that quickly. I'm just kind of using this tool so you get the idea of how useful it can be. I'm going to make a rectangle. Again, let's make it a different color, and I'm going to send it to the back. Okay, so basically I have a rectangle that's covering or is behind half of the donut. So again, if I select both of these items and then do minus back, it deletes half of it. Okay, so now I have half a donut. And you can probably guess what I'll do next. I'll make another square, cover it again, half of the half, send it to the back, and then select both, minus back, and boom, I have a quarter of my donut. So let's go ahead and make this match the red. If you want to know an easy way to do that, you can just do this eyedropper tool and then select the red, and it makes this object red. Okay, so see how it's exactly the same. So if you want to know how to rotate, if you hold down Shift and then get close to one corner, the pointer changes to something like this, and you can rotate it. I'm going to rotate it so that it's going down. Okay, so I'll put it somewhere there, make this shorter so that it fits. Then all I need to do is make another one of these. So I'm just going to click on it. I like to use keyboard shortcuts for cut and paste, so, or in this case, copy and paste. So I'm using a Mac, so it's Command C and then Command V, and I have another copy. This time I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to put it there. I'm going to copy this line, copy, paste, voila. Okay, so there I've got my first curve. As you can see, it's all separate pieces. All right, now if I want to do the same with the blue, the easiest thing to do that, I'm just going to cut and paste this whole thing. So actually that's not quite right. Here, how we can do it through the menu as well. Copy, paste, and we have another one up here. And then I'm going to use eyedropper, make it blue. Okay, but I want it going the flipped way. So again, I have the whole thing selected. I'm going to go down to transform. And this is where we can rotate, but we can also reflect. So I'm going to do reflect, vertical, and as you can see, it's mirrored the whole thing vertically. And then I can just go right down, put it on top. And then the last thing I like to do when parties are switching, I put the one that's going ahead over just a little bit. So you can see the one that's going down, you can see this part a little bit. Otherwise, you don't see this line as much. So I just shift it over like that, so you can see it better. So that's how I did it. Now, in some cases where there's party switches like really quickly, sometimes what I do is, okay, let's just do this first. Make that blue, and then let's select these two and mirror that and put that back here. And okay, so this is a fairly quick party switch. But what if we wanted it even quicker? It depends on the situation, but sometimes I just select this whole area and just go like that. Now, if it gets too small, it starts looking not so great. But something like that, it's not too bad. So there you can do kind of a quick party switch.